All right, so part two, okay? So we looked at the 3-step pattern and the 2-step pattern in the first video. Now let's look at the 3 main positions that I'm looking to get to off of my Torreando. So lay down supine position, okay? So one, when I get past the hip line, I'm either trying to get to a hand on a hip and knee post into this high plank. Position 2, I'm trying to get past the shoulder line, past the shoulder line into this double shin grip position here. And 3, okay, this one is also common, is getting toes to the mat, okay? These are the 3 main positions I look off Torreandos, okay? Now there's obviously other stuff where we can use Torreandos to set up knee cuts and half guard scenarios, okay? But from a fundamental standpoint, those are the 3 main ones that I look for, okay? And it's gonna depend on my partner. Now, as always, okay, we come in behind our hands, okay? Last thing I want to happen is I come in straight forward, and now he's hooking my legs, and then I'm in a troubled situation. So we come in behind the hands. Right away, I wanna start getting feet pointed away from me. How I like to start off is I know which side I like to pass. I like to pass to the left, so I always fake to the right. Now, if you fight me and you're watching this, you kind of know what I want to do. So I want to go left, so I start right. And I do that twitch that we talked about in the previous video, where I twitch and move to create a reaction. Where if he didn't react to my twitch, I can blow past his guard and get past the hip line like so. Okay, so I twitch, okay? And it's something that you need to practice. When people first learn that twitch, they plant their foot and then they feel like they're stuck in the mud. Okay, so I just twitch and I touch with the front of my foot. As he turns back, now I have that angle where I don't need to sidestep anymore. I just crescent step and forward step. Now, the first position I try to get to is that hand on hip, knee post, my head goes to my hand as I drop into a high plank. Now from here, my main focus is to run a circle and push against his knee till I separate that knee to elbow connection. And you'll have to run that circle as long as they're crunched. Some people can crunch for a long time. Some people will crunch for a little bit of time. Turn this way. Now, second position that I can also try to get to is that behind the shoulders one. So again, I start everything with a twitch. Now this time, I make a switch. So I'm with here, and I go shin, shin. Okay, now let me break that down. Twitch, 1, 2. Now look, 1, 2, second crescent step, second forward step. And now I'm behind the shins and ankles, past the shoulder line. Turn. Now this is a miserable, scoot this way. Now this is a miserable position for the guard player. Now, a couple prerequisites. I don't want to be so close to the shoulder line where he can grab my ankles and start to entangle me. So I'm kind of further back, but not like so far back where I'm planking and holding my own weight. I'm kind of here and I'm chilling, okay? From here, I just create this rocking motion, and I look for the space between his hip and elbow. Now, if he's smart, he's usually gonna have this knee to elbow connection like so. So, because if I try to drop my chest, I can't control his body here, okay? So, what I want to do is I find this little gap by swaying him side to side, and I lead with my elbow in between that space. Now, sometimes it'll be big, sometimes it'll be small. As I lead with that elbow, my head follows, and now I swim on the other side. So again, I'll do this time this side. I'm swaying, I lead with the elbow, then my head, then my second hand swims inside, and I end up with my collarbones around his hips so he can't invert from here. Okay, so that's the second position. Third finishing position is that toe to mat position, okay? So again, everything starts, hands are protecting my legs. I step up to the toe line, I get that twitch. I get that twitch, I get to here, okay? Now, if I feel like he turns into me, we go hand in hip. If we feel like he kind of stays, then I'll blast past him to this north-south position. If I feel like I see this leg start to come over, this is a good time to go V-grip on the ankle and walk back the way I came. But look at my left hand, it stays on the shin, and I start to walk, place toes on the mat. Now from here, I staple the leg, and I cover the hips here. Now there's many ways that we can finish from here. I'll probably make a video on this one day now that I think about it. Option one, I can get to the waist. I can dive for the back, okay? Or a really good one that I learned a while ago is I scoop underneath the hip, head digs inside as I windshield wipe. Now that I windshield wipe, I just scoop the other side and I pass here, like so. Okay, so those are the three main positions that I try to get to when we're Torreando passing. In the next sequence, we'll look at different connections on how we can get all those, and I'll introduce some new footwork patterns for us.